Hello friends, in this video I'll be discussing the code snippet which I personally used to follow while writing backtracking code. So the main thing behind using this is the concept of generalization. Like backtracking is a concept where we need to solve many problems. So I think that there must be some generalized code. By using this we can solve the backtracking problem in an organized manner. So this code snippet will help to make your code clear, easy to understand, easy to know the flow of recursive functions and all. Okay, so let's start this. So in most of the backtracking problem, there are choices, there are constraints which we need to include in our program. So including those in an organized manner is good. Okay, so I've created a main function. Consider this Sudoku example again, and I've created the main function. I've already explained backtracking intuition and general structure in my previous video. You can check those videos. Okay, so I've created the main function, and inside this main function I've created my own function, that is solve. Okay, solve function. And inside solve I am passing all the inputs which are taken from the user, that's user input, like information which you are required to solve a problem. Like I required board, and I know already that there will be 9 cross 9 Sudoku board. Like you can pass board size also, like integer and etc. So if solve is true, then I'll print my solution, else there is no solution. Okay, simple. Yeah, so now this solve function will call this. So this is solve is the recursive function in which the function call itself. So solve will call itself recursively, tries to complete this board and reach its goal, etc. Okay. So like in recursive function there are base case. So I've included the base case. So if we see this board, what will be the base case? See, if we reach here, okay, if we are here, it means that we have filled all these empty cells. Yeah, we have filled all these empty cells, and means we have completed, like the empty cells are being filled with the values ranging from 1 to 9. So base case will hit and it will return true to the caller of this function. Okay, it will return true to the caller of this function. In recursive function, the moment base case hits, it move and reach to the caller of that function. Okay, so in each cell there are choices which I'm going to fill, but before filling the value in this position, I need to call save function in order to check whether we can fill or not. So I've included save function, my own user function, outside this solve. So it will contain the rules. If if the number is satisfying, like no duplication in the row, no duplication in the column and in the grid, then yeah, it's safe. We can put number in this position. Okay. So if safe returns true, your position will have the value. Yeah. Now, as solve is the recursive function, so for the next empty cell, I'll call that function again. Okay. So again, I'm calling that recursive function. So this recursive function basically calls for the next position. It will again go this place and will again traverse through this area. Okay. Yeah. So for the next cell, again, we have choices. We have again choices ranging from 1 to 9. So right now, suppose I'm filling 1. Before filling 1 in this position, I'll call save function. So save function will check whether it is safe or not. So like I have filled this with 1. So right now, putting 1 in this position is not safe, as because there is duplication in this part, in this row, and duplication in the column. So again the number gets changed to 2. this choice is basically the for loop from 1 to 9. So 1 I have filled, it's not safe to put this value in this position, so I'll call for 2. So like 2 is safe. Okay, so 2 is safe. Now we are using this recursive function to go and call for the next position. So by this way, slowly and slowly, we are going to fill this whole board. So that's why the backtracking is very slow algorithm technique. Okay, it's very slow. So suppose in this position, like we have tried all the choices, like from 1 to 9. Okay, from 1 to 9, we have tried all the choices. Now, this for loop basically put the value ranging from 1 to 9. So suppose filling this cell, I have tried all the choices, so it will not execute this part. So it will go out of the for loop and will return false. So as solve function is recursive in nature, so return false will move to the caller of this cell. So the caller of whole cells in this board is the solve function. Okay, so it will move here, it will move here, solve. Yeah, so basically return false will move to the caller of this cell. Okay, and it will move over here and will go in this. So the caller of this cell is this cell, so it will move over this cell, and what it will do, it will make the position equals to initial value. So suppose the initial value of the board was like 0. Okay, so suppose the initial value was 0 and I have filled like 6, like any number like 6 over here. Okay, so it's an example, like consider I filled 6 over this value. Now I move to this. In this cell, I find that no choices are available from 1 to 9. So basically, no area inside this for loop will execute and it will move to return false section. So return false, as the solve function is recursive, it will move to the caller of the function, and the caller of this cell is this part. So it will move basically in this area, and if it will move basically in this area, so as it returns false, so this means this solve is returning false and it will move to position equals to initial value. Now in this part, put the initial value. So the initial value was 0. Okay, and resume the iteration and resume your choice. Okay, so I have filled, consider I filled 6, so it will resume its choice from 7 to 9. Yeah, it will move from 7 to 9. So this is the main backtrack technique. Like we are not able to find the solution, like we are not able to have our goal from this due to this cell, so we'll move and we'll do backtrack to the previous cell, we'll again resume the iteration from the next value which we have filled over this cell. And if suppose in this cell also we are not able to fill, we are not able to have our choice from 1 to 9, we'll do backtrack. So in recursion, the main thing is if the base case hits, like if we are not able to have the solution, or if the base case hits, it moves to the caller of the function. Okay, so the caller of the cell was this. And if we observe this code snippet, the caller of whole cell is nothing but the solve function. So the false value will return to this if we are not able, if if there is no number ranging from 1 to 9 satisfying this cell. Okay, so the false value, the boolean value will return to this solve and it will make the position equals to initial value. It will return to this, it will make the initial value as false, initial value as 0, and resume the iteration from the next value.